everyone, and welcome to Keeping It Real. It's 2025. We're starting it up again. It's so exciting, right? So today we're going to talk about, I know, right? And it's starting off, actually the sun's out today for about 5 minutes. I'm happy. You can definitely see it on my face. It's like, yes, I can feel the sun, even though I haven't really been out and seen it yet. So today we're going to talk about, we've talked a little bit about, how brokers earn their compensation, as Carrie pointed out before I came on this, but today we're going to talk about why choosing the right realtor really is important, and it's more important than you think sometimes. And I'm on Facebook a lot because that's a lot of times how I keep in touch with all my friends and family. And I saw this post from a local realtor. His name is Doug Biggs, and he is with Northwest Elite Home Brokers. And he posted this post, and I'm sure many of you probably have seen it, but it kind of goes like this. The broker, or Realtor A, he doesn't want to take the time to tour homes with his buyers. And so what he does is he says, hey, buyer, why don't you go to this open house and go on the weekend, and then let me know if you want to see it. And the other side of that is broker B, or Realtor B, says, hey, you know what? No, I want to make sure I go with you on those appointments. And we're going to talk about the reason why it's so important to be Realtor B, and make sure you choose Realtor B, right? Yes. I get sometimes that people just like, I just want to look. But if you're just looking and you're not going to buy them, you're just looking at houses because you want Pinterest ideas, right? Do what you want to do, knock yourself out. But if you're a serious buyer and you're really trying to do that, you really do need to have that broker or Realtor B. And there's differences between the two, so that's why I keep saying both of them. But the first one that came to mind when I was reading this is like, oh my God, you're going to send, if you have a serious buyer, like the Realtor A is going to do, and they're going to send that buyer to this open house. Oh my God. And the reason I'm freaking out so bad is because guess what? The broker who is at that open house most likely worked for that seller. So if you're walking in, as let's say it's a couple, however that looks to you, you're walking in, or a family or whatever, or maybe when they're just a friend who's just there for moral support, but you're walking with another person, you say, oh man, you know what? It looks like there's a lot of people in here. I could probably go $10,000, $20,000 higher to make sure I get this house because I really love it. Guess what you just did? You just gave all your negotiation powers to this other broker. Why would you do that? Please don't do that. There have been times where I've had, I'm usually the broker B who will no. We'll make a private appointment. We'll go out and view this separately. But there have been some times where, a client has called me up and said, hey, I really want to go see this house. Do you mind if I go look? And I usually give them some coaching. It's like, please do not give them any information except for my name and phone number. You can ask them questions specifically about the house, but don't ask anything else. Let me deal that. If you say oh, do you know how far the bus stop is from this house? That's an okay question, but don't be telling them any information.
Right. It's like poker face. Don't show your hand.
Right. Exactly. And it's so important. And then another thing that when I was reading this, it stuck out was, I spend a lot of time just doing buyer consults, and I asked them all kinds of crazy questions that they're probably like, why does she want to know this? And it's because I want to know my buyers. I want to make sure that when I'm out looking for homes for them, I am finding them the one that is going to be most likely to meet all their needs. And, a story that I have about this is I had this client one time, and we were out looking for this house, and she has a piano, really big piano. It's a nice piano. And it's a very important part of her life. She really wanted to keep this piano. And so we were looking at this house, and she found this house, and she's like, oh my God, this is the house. I love it. I said, okay, cool. And I'm kind of wandering around this house with her thinking, okay, where's this piano going to go? Because I couldn't see a spot. And so towards the end, I asked her, I said, okay, before we go any further with this, though, I want you to tell me where you're going to put your piano. Because I know that was really a point for her. And she walked through the house again, and she says, you're absolutely right. There's really not a place for a piano in this house. So she passed that house. We found her another one that would work for the piano, and she loves her new house, and everything was great. But, again, I'm trying to show them houses that are going to work and stuff like that. And sending them to an open house, you're not going to have somebody there going, hey, wait a minute, what about this? Or you said you wanted to be like 5 blocks from the bus stop, and do you understand this is like a mile? I mean, you want somebody there who's going to be in your corner and who's looking out for your interests. So
Yes.
that was kind of my second part of this when I was reading this. Any other feedback? I know those.
I'm very similar when it comes to pre-approvals. When you're talking about sending a person out and offering on a home, I'll never show what somebody's actually pre-approved for unless they want me to, because
Right.
there could be a dramatic difference in what they're pre-approved for versus the asking price. So it's same thing that you want to hone in on what they're wanting to offer, because if you show them that you're pre-approved for more, they know that there's more room to negotiate, right?
Right.
So same thing. And I've sat plenty of open houses, and believe me, agents need business. There were some pretty staggering statistics. I don't know what they are in real estate, but in 2021, for lenders like myself, there were over 421,000 lenders licensed.
Yep.
This year, 95,000.
Wow.
People are dropping out of the business because there's not a lot out there due to the environment with prices and rates. And so people are going out of the business. So the ones that have stayed are hungry. They want the business. They need the business. So,
and they have their systems in place, and they know how to take care of their clients, and they know how to work their business. And I think it's the same thing with real estate. I haven't looked at the stats on it. I don't like to see those sad numbers because it makes me sad because, I mean, people always have to leave the industry, do different things, of course, but sometimes it's when the market turns like it kind of did last year and stuff like that, you do see a big, reflex of buyers or of realtors, I'm trying to say. So yeah.
That just means that you have commitment to what you do for a living. You're passionate about it. And so that's the way that you serve your clients. And that's the same with people that have stayed in our business on the lending side. Is there are people that have stayed with it because they know it was a lean time the past year or so, but they know the greater good is out there because they're passionate about serving their clients. And that's really, at the end of the day, what we want to do best is to take care of you and get you the best price for a home and into the place that would really fit you.
Right. And, the other thing that I do when I walk through with my clients, when I'm going through homes and stuff like that. And again, guys, you don't want to see me build a birdhouse like at Lowe's with your kids, because I can't do it. My nails bend. I can't. I'm not a builder. I would never, ever take credit for that. Nor am I a home inspector who can tell you, like, this is what's wrong. You don't want me to tell you that. But I've been in the business about 10 years now. And I think, Carrie, you're about the same, right?
Yes.
This is like coming up on 10 here. So we've been in for a while. And, as you go through things, you see things, you notice things, you learn things, and I can kind of pick out some stuff sometimes. It's like, you know what? I'm not sure, but let's have a professional come in, or let's have the home inspector tell us more about this, because like the roof's a little looks like it's sloping in my opinion. But I mean, I'm not the person who's going to tell you don't buy because of the roof or anything like that. But, it might be something we definitely want to talk to a professional about and make sure that obviously I always do a home inspection, but, again, it's like, as you walk into a house and you see water from the rain, because we've been getting a lot of rain here lately, but falling down on the ground, you probably want to get those gutters checked. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't, but a realtor's kind of been, has experience, not that we're builders or not that we know what all the answers are, but a lot of times we can see things that, as you're walking through and going, oh, the kitchen's so shiny and bright and so pretty and so open and airy. You might not be looking at some of the other things that we might potentially pick up. So that's the third reason. Those three were my three takeaways from that post message. Again, I think you dug big, and I hope you don't mind that I grabbed onto this and talked about the reasons why. But really, that was a great post and a lot of good information. And so hopefully you got something out of it today. Carrie, anything to add?
No, just happy to be back.
Yes, I am. And we have some really fun things planned up coming up. I know we're brainstorming and coming up with some new ideas. I think you can always go back and watch our last broadcast and stuff like that. And, there's a whole big assortment, at least on my YouTube channel, throughout my Facebook pages, for my business page, that kind of stuff. You can always go and check there for information. But if you have something that we haven't talked about, I would love for you to drop me a line. Just like, hey, like if you like the show, you hate it, you want more information, you want more of this, more of that, let us know what you want. We'll try to make that happen for 2025. You guys have a great year, and we will see you next week. Same time, same place, right, Carrie?
Yes. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.